Yeah, I was ugly growing up, but I was also kind of smart. Why? Because when no one wants to do you, you are forced to do your homework. Okay? Raise your children ugly. It builds character.
I did not expect that there's going to be a time whereby we're going to be talking about the benefits of ugly privilege. I didn't know there was going to be a time that being ugly is going to be a good thing. I didn't know there was going to be a time that you will be happy that you're not attractive to this man. I didn't know there was going to be a time that women will come together and be like, ugly privilege, I like it. The world is changing, really. In today's video, we're going to be talking about ugly privilege, and women came together to talk about the benefits of ugly privilege. What you'll benefit if you're ugly. Like, your life is going to be better if you're ugly. Let me go ahead and roll some videos for you all to watch to the end, and I'll be back to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Ugly privilege. When you look like a piece of garbage in public and you know it, you have the freedom to do whatever the hell you want. Because you know for a fact nobody's attracted to your hotness, so you might as well capitalize on your irrelevance and be the weirdest, loudest version of yourself. Like, I feel bad for Madison Beer because as soon as she enters the room, everyone puts her on a pedestal and she's expected to act a certain way. But you do not have the problem if nobody notices you entering the room. Because you could slip and slide in the chocolate fountain and people will brush it off because you're ugly. That's just Mildred in it. There's zero pressure because even if you're around your crush, you don't get butterflies because you have zero chance anyway. And if you do have butterflies, one look in the mirror, baby, you'll fucking digest them. As soon as you accept yourself as an average person, you're just allowed to enjoy the world a lot more. Because it's not our job to be pretty, it's our right as human beings on earth to enjoy pretty things. And just think about the things you love and people you look up to. They're probably a little ugly, maybe a lot ugly, but like they're still important, like they're still memorable. You know what I'm saying?
When I talk about having ugly privilege and the benefits that come along with the lack of male attention, there's always going to be some people that don't believe me. They think I'm lying. They think maybe I'm lying to myself in order to make myself feel better. Or they think that it's a situation of, fine, if they don't like me, I don't like them either. I just want to clarify because that's not what's going on here. I meant what I said. Now, this is a relatively new mindset for me. I've only felt this way for the last maybe 10 years, maybe a bit less. Because when I was in my teens and 20s, I very much wanted male attention. I wanted to date, I wanted to have relationships and everything that came along with that. And when I was younger, I did get some attention because I still had youth on my side. I had a fairly cute face and I had boobs that hadn't yet been destroyed by gravity. So I did get some attention. It just never worked out with any of those guys because they only really wanted one thing. They didn't care about me or respect me enough to want to be with me, and I wasn't having that. So it just never worked out. But I did really want that attention when I was younger. Now that I'm older, I just don't care anymore. Like, I'm over it. I've moved past all of that. And so not having that attention is a very freeing feeling. I feel very free. And it's great. And it's funny to me too, because if you look at the comments on those videos, a lot of people relate to what I'm saying and a lot of people agree with me. Like, you can't possibly think that we're all lying to ourselves.
Low-key, guys, ugly privilege be coming in clutch hella. Like, I'm walking the streets of downtown Boston. I passed a whole bunch of crackheads, whole bunch of people. You're not finna catch me getting kidnapped because they not trying to kidnap me. So, to be honest, God bless me. I may not have the looks, but at least what I have can scare off dangerous people. Like, I'm walking in the ghetto of Boston, downtown Boston, as ghetto as it gets. Stay safe out there, y'all.
Tell me you have ugly privilege without actually telling me you have ugly privilege. I'll start. I'm almost 17 and no guy has ever hit me up, so I never had to deal with like talking to boys or whatever. I've never had to deal with heartbreaks for breaking up in a relationship because I've never been in one. I've never had to deal with boy problems. Period.
I saw another creator talking about ugly privilege, and I completely agree with what she was saying, and I believe she got it from somebody else as well. And I want to talk about my ugly privilege. Now, I don't think that I'm ugly. That's just the word that they used in the thing. I think that I'm very pretty, but they're referring to like men harassing them in public. I don't have that. I definitely have that ugly privilege when it comes to that because I don't have men harassing me in public.
the most that I've ever gotten that's like kind of close to that is maybe when I was at work and this guy was trying to flirt with me, but he was extremely drunk. I think he could have flirted with a pole and he wouldn't have even noticed the difference, to be honest with you. But I've definitely not just been like harassed in public, like by random men on the street or something like that. Honestly, people have, like, guys have said that I'm attractive in real life. But the most that they ever do is say like, oh, can I get your number? And I say, no, I have a boyfriend. And then they leave like immediately. Like they do not stick around at all. And that's only happened twice. That happened in high school. That wasn't like, it wasn't, you know, it hasn't happened to me since. And yeah. Really the only people in person that call me pretty are women and children. And that's really it, I'd say. And I'm very happy with this ugly privilege because like a lot of people have already said with this topic, I like being able to just go places and not fear for my life, even though I fear for my life every day. But still, like, you know, I don't have to worry. Like, it's not from experience, you know what I'm saying? So I'd say there's definitely some perks about being like not the huge like beauty standard. Like I think that I'm somebody's beauty standard, but I don't think I'm like the huge. I think like the main beauty standard would probably be like blondes, I'm guessing. I don't really know, but yeah, or maybe it's the environment that you're in. I'm not sure. It's
I don't care what you think, I don't care what you say, but when it comes to me, being a late bloomer was freaking amazing! Now I've already come on here and I've already talked about the fact that, like, you know, like, I grew up and I was just, I wasn't, like, the prettiest flower in the garden or whatever, like, but the thing is, because of the fact that I am always, like a person who, like, tends to see the glass as, like, more so half full than half empty, you know, instead of being like, oh my god, no, boys don't like me, what are the benefits? What are the benefits to boys don't like you? By the way, I ran out of my old moisturizer, which I freaking love so much, and I'm using this new one that I saw on TikTok, but honestly, I'm kind of scared because it's, like, not a gel. Like, I'm like a girl who's, like, you know, I'm like, normal to, like, oily on a good day, so I hope it's not too heavy, but like I'm just gonna use like this little bit, just, you know, just in case. I just like don't want it to be like, oh, that is very heavy. Sorry. I'm just used to this other one being more of like a gel, and so like, you know, let's just hope for the best. Anyway, as I said before, like thinking and feeling that boys weren't looking at me, sorry. Anyway, thinking that boys weren't looking at me at a very young age just got completely rid of any fear that I had of being seen or perceived, because I was just like, if no one's checking for me, then I might as well just be whoever I want to be and act however I want to act without fear of any real judgment, right? And that is how I got super comfortable at like what my personality was and like how crazy or weird I can be when I was basically in middle school, like the years where I'm supposed to be like the most traumatized because, you know, puberty starting, about like, oh my god, boys, like what do they think of me? I was like, they don't. So just live your life. Like, I was like, okay. But what I was not prepared for was this random ass glow up that I had in my 20s. And I'm like, where did that come from? And you want to know what bullshit I started doing? I started acting like, but if I say this and if I do that and if I post that, oh no, what is that guy gonna think? What are boys in general gonna think? You don't care. This is why I need you to believe me when I say nothing is more peaceful to me than dry DMs. I'm telling you. Because when the DMs are dry, honey, the coast is clear. There are none of them around. It's amazing. That's when I truly feel at home and at peace and just safe. You know what I mean? But I just need to, like, you know, learn, even when they are around, even when you know they're there, you need to learn to pretend they're not. Also makes me realize why I feel so safe and so comfortable like, posting whatever on my TikTok page, because I feel like on TikTok I like see my analytics and I know that like over 90% of the people who watch me are women, and I'm just like I can just exist. Like it feels so like freeing. I don't know. And then like I remember I posted this one video once that had like a bunch of like hetero men commenting and like entering my DMs, and I was like, oh dear god, no. This is not what we do. But what I will say, one of the hardest parts about being a late bloomer is learning how to reject them. Especially if you're a late bloomer who's a recovering people pleaser. Oh my god. Why is it that whenever that species comes for you and they're just like trying to get your attention and you're just like, no, thank you, like trying to be as nice as possible, they're like, oh, so what you're saying is it's a challenge. No, bitch! Because you early bloomers did not warn us enough about them. Ugh. Anyway, you caught me slipping for a second, but I'm back to pretending that they don't exist and doing whatever the fuck I want with my life. Slay.
These are the pros and cons of being medium ugly. This is from my experience, but let me know if you relate. First off, we have, you're just normally, like, medium ugly is normally, like, the same as average, right? So, like, you're just average that you don't really have to do anything to try to be attractive, but you also don't have to do anything to try not to be too ugly. But then piggybacking off that is I feel like the body dysmorphia goes way harder when you're medium ugly because, like for me, if I get a haircut, my beard lined up, like my eyebrows, like I feel like I'm like 7'8". But if I don't do the things to maintain my peak that I have, I will think that I go from like Princess Fiona to like Ogre Fiona, right? Like the body dysmorphia is just like boom, boom, boom. This is a little bit more niche because I make content, but like if you make content, like I'm not attractive enough to go viral for like lip syncing, doing a dance, just doing nothing. Like I don't have the face card to just go viral for being attractive. But also I'm not going to say ugly because that's not the right word, but like I'm not unique looking enough where people like feel bad for me or like whatever, where they want to support me. Like I still get hate. Like I'm just regular looking enough that people are like haters jealous where they want to bring me down. Like I'm not unique looking enough where they want to be like, oh my God, look, let's support and like rally around. Like I don't have like that. What else? Oh, don't even get me started about dating. I have an amazing girlfriend right now, but like dating, because like you're attractive enough where you think that you could get this upper level, but then girls would understand this way more than guys would because like girls don't really hit on guys, but then like for girls, you're like just regular looking enough that like very not attractive guys think they somehow have a chance with you. So like you're in this weird like purgatory of you can't get the guys that you want or girls that you want, the people you want of the attractive level, but also like you're humbled because these people that you don't find attractive at all are like shooting a shot at you left and right, and you're like, am I that ugly? And like it's just a weird way to be.
We're talking about ugly. For me, I know I've said it before, I don't really see people, I don't think I call people physically ugly like you're ugly, like you're very ugly. I feel like everybody has their pretty side for me. Like your face cannot be 100% ugly. You should probably have a pretty eyes. There should be something unique about you. It might be even your pretty attitude or your shape. It might be so fine. So I don't completely zero somebody and be like, oh, you are ugly, right? So, and when it comes to the world, when it comes to us saying ugly, it's not that these women feel that they are ugly. It's not like they are sad or they feel rejected or they are telling themselves that I am ugly. No, that's not the problem. It's because they are not just physically attracted to many men. You know, when you walk on the roadside and before you walk like 1 kilometer, okay, 1 kilometer is so much. Before you walk like, I don't know, just a very small distance, and you already get a lot of attention here and there. That is if you're pretty. But then, if you're pretty on society standard, but if you're not so attracted to this man, you're not going to get so much attention. And it's kind of helping women nowadays, especially women that want to stay single and happy, especially women that don't want to have anything to do with this man. So it's kind of easier for them because you're walking on the street and you don't even want, like, you don't want any man to come and talk to you, and they don't talk to you, and you're like, oh, what a blessed day. Like now you feel ugly. So I feel like that is what you're trying to see. It's not like they are trying to look at the mirror and be like, I hate my face, oh, I'm ugly, I'm not society beauty standard. Most of these women that made this video, they are pretty in my own eyes, right? Because beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So I don't see them as ugly. They'll be like, why are you so ugly? No. I don't see it that way anyway. I just see that they are not so attracted, or men might view them as being ugly. You know, when a man don't find you attractive, they kind of not even see you at all. You see one of the video and the girl was like, they're almost getting kidnapped. But they're not going to kidnap her because she's not pretty enough. Because she's not pretty enough for her to get kidnapped. So it's that kind of privilege we are talking about. You go to a club and they want to grape girls and you see and be like, let her go. It's because you're not pretty enough. And that's privilege, right? That is a good privilege because you escaped graping. You escaped being assaulted. You escaped being talked to. You know, sometimes some videos I see, women will just be on their own trying to create content. by themselves, like a solo content. They just put their camera somewhere and try to film themselves. Then just see a random guy passing and trying to have conversation with them. Like, she doesn't want to have conversation with you. If it was someone that was not pretty enough for the man face, he's not going to have conversation with her, and she's going to have a filled, blessed day. So that is that is the benefit of ugly privilege we are talking about. Have you had any ugly privilege benefits? Or let me know down in the comment section, because people are really talking about this ugly privilege, and I feel like it kind of makes sense, and it's kind of like a safe place for us right now, because kind of what we live in now is dangerous, and that's why women are choosing the bear. So because women are choosing the bear because they feel safer with the bear, they're not safer with men. Okay, but now if you are ugly in the eyes of these men, you're also safe as well, right? What is your take on this conversation going about ugly privilege? Let me know your thought down in the comment section. It's your favorite guest again, Maria Davis, and thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and please turn on the post notification bell to get notified once I upload another interesting video, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.